Man, I heard something this morning and I was like, whoa. Okay, that's news. That's news. We got two things. We've got David Samson, who is a very well-known, well-respected businessman.
Samson never sugarcoats the truth. After 16 years as president of the Miami Marlins, and now a leading sports business analyst alongside ESPN's former CEO, his voice carries serious weight. When Samson speaks about the business of sports, people pay attention, and what he just said on the Dan Le Batard show should send a chill through every WNBA.
Every player is a free agent. All of them want money and need money. If you have a well-capitalized and well-funded business, the way Project B may be, that could be the end of the WNBA. And I promise you that Adam Silver is thinking about that, and the players are...
NBA player, because you're not going to like it. His association has authorized a strike, could walk out at any moment. At the same time, owners have presented a new offer, one that would fundamentally reshape player compensation. But there's one demand the players are pushing for that could blow everything up. Not stall negotiations, not slow progress. End the league entirely. This is the moment. Paying multi-millions to individual players right now. Unrivaled is backed by serious money. Every single WNBA player becomes a free agent if this deal falls apart. Samson sees what most people are missing. This isn't just a negotiation. It's a moment when a competing league could swoop in and poach an entire player.
Saying, how probable is that?
It'll be unpopular if the WNBA folds. Unpopular to who? To the large majority of the... I'm not sure I understand what you're saying.
Okay, we're just going to stop it right there. He's got a great point. Unpopular to what? Even with all the new fans, 2.5 million people? If they're gone tomorrow, 2.5 million people. And that's on the
timing. Dan Levitt asked the critical question. In a culture where the WNBA has never been more visible, how could the league possibly fold? Wouldn't that be massively unpopular? Samson's response cuts through the narrative like a knife. Unpopular to who exactly? Even at peak viewership, we're talking about a specific audience size. The league has never turned a profit in its entire existence. Popularity and financial viability are two completely different things. Look at the actual offer on the table right now. Maximum base salary jumps from $249 to $1 million in the first year. That could reach $1.3 million through their revenue sharing structure. By the final year of this agreement, max players hit nearly $2 million. The minimum salary would be $250,000, more than double the current average.
This thing they did wrong, they said this is their moment. And so they've put a lot of pressure on themselves to make huge changes in the collective bargaining agreement because this is their moment. What you try to do is make incremental benefits through the course of multiple agreements.
It isn't a minor adjustment. This is a complete restructuring of compensation. Here's where it gets complicated. There are two different types of revenue sharing on the table, and the distinction matters more than anything else in these negotiations. The players want NBA-style revenue sharing, a fixed percentage of all league revenue regardless of profitability. Adam Silver has already said that's not happening. The owners are offering performance-based revenue sharing. If the league turns a profit, players get additional compensation based on specific criteria. Those are fundamentally different business models. Next voice. Samson's analysis reveals the strategic mistake the players made. They declared this is their moment. They put enormous pressure on themselves to extract maximum concessions in a single negotiation. That's not how successful unions operate. You make incremental gains across multiple agreements. You build trust. You let the business prove its new revenue model actually works. Instead, the players are demanding everything right now from a league that has never put a single dollar of profit in an owner's pocket. The owners want to be paid back for decades of losses before they agree to share future profits. That's not unreasonable from a business perspective. Next voice. The host used to consume the Dan Levitt show daily for years. Then 2020 happened. The show shifted heavily into political commentary. He stopped watching entirely. Didn't even know they still covered actual sports analysis until this clip appeared. That's how far the show had drifted from its original format. But this particular segment is pure business analysis. No politics, just cold financial reality. Next voice. Listen to what Samson Samson actually said. Maybe the end of the WNBA, not as hyperbole, not as a negotiating tactic, as a genuine possibility. If the players refuse to move off their revenue-sharing demand, the NBA owners who control the WNBA aren't going to play this game. They've subsidized losses for 27 years. The new media rights deal finally offers a path to profitability, and the players want to lock in a compensation structure that could make profitability impossible before the owners see a single return on their investment. So let's talk about what actually happens if this falls apart, because the implications go way beyond a failed notation. The WNBA has operated at a loss since its founding. Every single season, the NBA has covered those losses as part of their broader mission to grow women's basketball. That's not charity, it's investment. But every investment has a breaking point where you cut your losses. Right now, the league finally has a media rights package that could change the financial equation. Viewership peaked with Caitlin Clark's rookie season. Sponsorship interest is higher than ever. The business fundamentals are improving, but improving fundamentals don't mean automatic profitability. The league still needs to prove it can actually turn revenue into profit. That means controlling costs while revenue grows. That means the owners need to see actual returns before they commit to sharing revenue that doesn't exist yet. The players are asking the owners to share profits before those profits materialize. From a business perspective, that's asking investors to give up their return before they've been paid back their initial investment. No rational business operates that way. Here's what the players might not fully understand. The NBA owners don't need the WNBA. They want it to succeed. They've invested in it. If the financial model becomes unsustainable, they'll shut it down and move on. We have other businesses, other investments, other priorities. The players, on the other hand, need the WNBA to exist. Yes, overseas leagues pay well. Yes, Unrivaled and Project B offer alternatives, but the WNBA is the premier women's basketball league in the world. It's the platform that creates the visibility that makes those other opportunities possible. If the WNBA folds, some stars will land on their feet. The Caitlin Clarks and Angel Reeses will find opportunities. But what about the mid-tier players? What about the rookies trying to establish themselves? What about the infrastructure of women's basketball in America? Samson mentioned that every player becomes a free agent if this falls apart. That sounds like opportunity, but it's also chaos. A competing league might sign the top 20 players.